Thank you for all the participants, and we will definitely take you through a pretty aggressive program today. My name is John Anderson, and I will be one of your speakers. And the subject for today is unlocking the full mobility with the use of FAMOC Manage, or as we call it now, Essentials MDM. We will get back to you on that one. And also what we called with managed services with the Techstep and your local partners. So let's dive into it and see what we can get. Mihao, are you able to assist me on getting the next page? Well, there we got it. This is the agenda for the program. It's actually up to 5 elements. We will talk about the major trends within the managed area, within mobility area. And we'll also talk about the new geopolitical situations, the security situations related to the mobile usage, and why we're using certain future mobility services from our customers, both for the Baltics, but also for different European countries as well. We will also do live demos related to usage of Essentials MDM or FAMOC Managed. And of course, please feel free to ask questions during the sessions. And also we will get some parts in the end to ask the questions live, so to speak. This is our speakers for today. Adam, product owner of FAMOC Managed, and now Essentials MDM. We have Mihao Korsel with us as partner sales executives. And we also have Christer Jensen with us as a product owner with both UM and the mobility mobile endpoint security parts. We're proud to say we bought FAMOC from the Polish market now close to 2 years ago. And we have now integrated fully FAMOC into the offering from Techstep's side. We are now migrating and using the FAMOC capabilities within R&D and their knowledge of the market, both for the Baltics, for Poland and European markets, and now transferred and integrated fully into a company called Techstep. Techstep is a company actually established already in 1997. We are a listed company in Norway. We got more than 300 employees and located in both Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Poland. Today we are under, so to say, managed mobility services offering, which is Gartner defined area. So we are having more than 2.4 million devices as part of the managed mobility services. I will get into that one slightly. And that's of course included what FAMOC Manage already delivered for your market, for your local market, and for the European market. We are defined in a Magic Quadrant from 2022 within the category of Challenger, and we're proud to deliver a lot of services to a lot of different countries around the world. And you will also see this one, and it's downloadable directly from our website. So please feel free to go to our site, techstep.io, and look into that one. And of course, you can also use famoc.com to get to the same site. So you see the red mark here, where we're located compared to a lot of other global offerings. But still, as part of the complete offering, we are delivering a lot of different services, and we are often using this cake diagram that you see here with 5 pieces. So it's up to you to buy parts of the piece, part of the 5 pieces, or even order 2 or 3 components in those cake. What we'll talk about today is, of course, the managed UM, about the services, MDM services, that's formerly known by FAMOC Managed and now called Essentials MDM, Techstep Essentials MDM. We are both delivering for hybrid users, so office users, office workers, and also, of course, for frontline workers. And we're integrating a lot of features into modern management. So you're able to deliver it with the combinations of Office 365 components, also with the Workspace or Google Workspace or former G Suite as a product name from Google site. We're able to deliver all kinds of setups, also for a lot of frontline workers usage within kiosk elements. And as it is with Techstep today, we are in the Nordics, in Norway and Sweden, we are delivering hardware as well. So you can see the managed sourcing and logistics is part of delivering the hardware itself. In the Baltics, there's of course a lot of partners that are delivering and also carriers that are delivering hardware as it is. We are also taking part of that one, partnership with those local vendors. So we're able to include it. So we have full control of the device itself. So you're absolutely sure that it's a safe harbor to use the device that you want to use, if it's an Android, Samsung device, or if it's an Apple device. But as part of that one, we're building a lot of different automations related to these components together with partners. But today it's only focusing on the separate offering within a managed UM. In the end, we will also talk about an opportunity that operations handled by the managed security parts. And that's related to the geopolitical situation as it is today. We need some more elements, more information about the device to be absolutely sure that the OS, the apps, the networks are secured. And that's need to be directly bridged with our solutions, Essentials MDM, to be absolutely sure that you got as I said, a safe harbor. All the offerings that we're delivering is handled by our support. So you can have local presence with partners compared with devices, and of course with Essentials MDM in the Baltics, and we get support behind that one. So we will be the third line support as it is. We are also able to deliver a lot of managed services in combinations with local partners and carriers. So we're able to give you complete best practice implementations and proactive services as it is. That means that we are logging in every week to check if everything's as it should be, kind of keeping the best practice living on a weekly basis, and also reporting that one in a monthly based offering. And as I said, that's combined also with support offering. So we're also able to get local support by first line supported, and then we are able to handle even second line or third line compared to what you need. So that's absolute flexible. But again, the focus is, and as you know, with FAMOC managed, it's just included in a larger offering, larger concept. So in the Nordics, we're also delivering financial and cost management parts, as you see as the green field. That will not be part of the offering as you will see in the Baltics today. So that will be up to the local offerings that are located in Baltics, but within the device itself, it can be integrated both in a really tight partnership, in a complete offering if you want, or if you just want to focusing on MDM side, feel free to do that. All these components are defined by Gartner. So we are just using their components as it's defined in the Managed Mobility Services statistics and reports. And we are not just delivering MDM. We have been delivering other components, other UMs, MDMs as well. So we are able today to deliver both VMware with the Microsoft offering, with Jamf offering, and SOTI and Mobiline in Ivanti. So we're used to deliver these kind of services and security on a day-to-day basis. It's all about getting the efficiencies and also having control at all times. And we're also able to deliver endpoint security on top of that one. And we mentioned here Checkpoint, Lookout, and Superior. There may be other components, other vendors coming in, but today we're definitely recommending one of those three vendors. And that's tightly integrated with Essentials MDM. Krista is talking about that one later on. And we're also delivering other security business apps on top of it. We're able to do encrypted software end-to-end. So you're absolutely sure that you can do both voice calls, video calls, and also, of course, messaging and file transfer as part of the packages together with Essentials MDM. And there are also other components, for instance, of sending pictures of video calls, video recordings with the usage of ink screen directly to a server that you want to integrate with other components for other purposes for typical frontline workers. So you're not using the cloud offering as it is from one of the cloud vendors. It's important to secure all the data that you have on your device. So this is parts of the offering that we are proud to show you. And as you see within a lot of the certifications that we are today an Android service provider. That's 1 out of 28 globally that are having these kind of certifications. And we also been the highest certifications within Apple. So we're proud to deliver that together with the team, strong team that have been provided you with a lot of services within FAMOC Managed as it is. So combining this one into one giant offer is for you to take new pieces, to go into new worlds of mobility. So you're able to prefer the mobile devices as your basic offering in the day-to-day work as an office worker or as a frontline worker. We are the one who should be preferred as a vendor. So let's see how this is slightly integrated. We are focusing on technology itself, the security and the end usage. So you're not getting any low features because you're integrated with the Essentials MDM or the former FAMOC Managed. We're delivering this one into a complete offering with the local managed providers. So everything is possible for us to deliver just for the MDM or assisting with implementation, support, and proactive services that are already said. So let's look into how it is, Adam, and let's see how FAMOC Managed has changed into Essentials MDM.
Yes,
Adam,
thank you.
take it away.
Thank you, John. I will take control of the screen. Okay, it's working. Hello, everyone, one more time. My name is Adam Jasiewicz. I'm a product owner of FAMOC Managed, now Essentials MDM, for more than 10 years. I would like to say a little bit about Essentials MDM and the role of our mobile device management tool. Yeah, what does it mean, Essentials? It is something basic. Without it, the mobility can be set up properly in your organization. Essentials MDM simplifies deploying, configuring, and managing all smartphones and tablets, both Android and Apple. From 10 devices to 10,000, corporate-owned or BYOD. Enrolling devices is quick, easy, and error-free. We can define 5 most important areas that Essentials MDM covers. First of all, it is auto-enrollment. We can automatically deploy all personal and functional devices, Apple and Android, using Android Zero Touch, Samsung Knox Mobile Enrollment, or Apple Business Manager. In addition, there is a simple step-by-step process of adding a single device. When devices are enrolled, we can remotely configure devices for everyday work, and that includes configuring of the corporate email, remote and silent application distribution, configuring access to the corporate infrastructure using VPN connection, creating company app store, customization of the device screen, corporate wallpaper, apps on the home screen, synchronization of the business contacts, and of course, many more features. We can secure data on the device, having enforced lock code and encryption of the device. When the device is lost, it can easily be located, locked, or factory reset when, for example, it is stolen. We can also manage the security updates for the devices in order to be sure that the devices are up to date with the latest available software. With additional options, we can easily secure data transmission using enforced VPN connection or private APN. We can also control access to the corporate email based on the conditional access functionality. We can constantly monitor device parameters for automatic governance and rules. For example, battery health in order to prepare for the repair before the battery becomes useless, or parameters of installed apps in order to perform proactive actions like uninstalling unwanted apps. When any kind of error occurs on the device, support can easily access it and remotely and assist employee with solving technical issues. Okay, and why to choose Essentials MDM? First of all, it is our own software. We can easily fit into your needs by delivering fast features and fixes. We can offer Essentials MDM in different configuration, on-premise installation, cloud, or dedicated cloud. Admin console of the Essentials MDM is ideal for the kiosk mode setup for dedicated devices. We have just released launcher customization tool, which provides simple way to make device a really good tool for your frontline workers or any kind of usage of dedicated device. Our product can be offered as a full and light version. If client needs just basic functionality, we can offer light version, which price is lower. This option is now available only for carriers. As described before, there's a really simple step-by-step process of adding one device and adding devices in bulk using auto-enrollment options. This is really important in large scale. In terms of providing proactive services and support, we offer remote access functionality that is included in the product without additional fee. Admin can easily check the issue on the device directly. We can offer many integrations, like with user identity providers, security integrations like with Certificate Authority or Umbrella, or mobile threat defense with Checkpoint Harmony. What's more, we are listed by Google as Android EMM solution with proof Android device support. And last but not least, price, which is relatively low comparing to our competitors and number of features that our MDM brings. That's all from my side. Michael?
Yes, I think that's my part. You are sharing the screen. Sorry for that. As you well are aware, I'm the guy responsible for the partners all around the Europe. So if you have any questions regarding how to sell our solution, please feel free to contact me or through Hermitage. I'm gladly to help you with your current needs or client needs and help you with the primary, I don't know, maybe first meetings with the customers that mainly is the most valuable one. We are around, I think, all the possible branches, so not just finance and transport, but also the public and government. So we are mostly known for on-premise solutions in the past few years. So that's still ongoing. So we are possible to be deployed on-premise with most secure version ever, and also over 2,100 clients around the world. So that means that we are very good at selling our solution to different kind of customers. I will tell you on two most recent ones, two recent customers. One of them is the transport company from UK. we just recruit a new partner, and this partner got a contact with specific transport company. They were using SOTI, so different MDM solution, and wanted to move their devices to FAMOC MDM in 2 weeks. So that was possible through special integrations that we make for them. So we created a specific QR code that they can simply print on piece of paper and simply scan the QR code all around the UK. And they were given a specific manual how to do that. And we just released a version with the specific COSU and launcher mode, and that I will show in a few slides. And that's the specific usage for some of the companies, mostly for transport logistics. And when we want to lock completely the device on one application or our launcher, that means you will see different applications, but you cannot access any of the settings on the device. You can just use the applications that are shown to you. So you are not possible to go and install some kind of Facebook and TikTok or whatever. That means you have just fully dedicated device. With the solutions, we can configure also some kind of emails account. This company were using Bluemail, but they were using one email and one password, and that can be shared all among the devices through one configuration. So it means that if we install Bluemail, we send in the background the specific configuration for that email. So each user will receive configuration, so they do not need to input anything. They will just open the application and press login. That's all. That was very fast installation and some custom adjustments for this client, but they were kind of new for the UK market. It means that we simply help them with some custom needs. The second was, I think, one of the biggest sales in 2022. So the Hungarian Central Statistics Office. It's called KSH, but that's a public government. It was sold by a reseller called 4iG, which recently bought Vodafone Hungary. So that's a kind of big reseller for us. And they installed everything on their own. Basically, one installation, so one server on premise, 30,000 devices. This client did not use any kind of auto enrollment, so any kind of KME or zero touch. So that was troublesome, and that is why we also make some custom adjustments for this client. So we made a QR code, one QR code for 30,000 devices that were also printed all around the Hungary, and that was scanned using these devices they were using 2 tablets, Lenovo and Samsung. And that was working perfectly, and at least until some issues with the environment, but we managed to fix that and improve our product, improve our launcher, improve our COSU that was implemented in upcoming versions of FAMOC. It means that this client move us even further to deploy faster and more agile positions for specific needs. So that was quite a win, and 30,000 devices just tells itself. So we also got different customers in Hungary, which are quite big, so over a couple of thousand devices. So we are open to have a customer for 200 devices, just like the UK case, or up to 30,000 devices. FAMOC can handle all of it. It can be deployed in cloud, dedicated cloud, when we use a bigger client, or on premise when some kind of security measures needs to be fulfilled. So this is the demo of how to deploy iPad. It's very easy, so I will just play the movie. After that, I will show you some Android features and our new launcher. Hope it will work. So we have to log into the console. So this is how current console will look like. So it's Techstep right now. with the new colors and additional font changing. If we want to add the device, everywhere you will see a plus. So if you go to users, applications, there will always be a plus. So it's very easy, very user-friendly. You just have to choose the username. You will see what policy will be applied on the device. So security settings, mandatory applications, and configurations. It means that I configure this policy this way. All we have to do on iPad, as you can see, it's not, it doesn't have any Apple ID, so it's fresh new iPad. I just open the QR code scanner, scan this QR code, and download profile. You just have to click on it, install, and go to settings on iOS. If you are using Apple Business Manager, this will be done automatically, but if you are using your own iPhone or you want to use BYOD option, you can feel free to use it. Just remote access, enroll. On the console, you will see everything that is currently happening. So MDM Essentials, applying policies. If I go to device right now, it should be done automatically. So a couple of applications will disappear because I put some restrictions on it. So there will be less applications, and in the background, it will install some configurations, wallpaper. You cannot use Bluetooth, NFC, and lots of restrictions that can be possible. So if you want to see how much we can do on our system, feel free to contact. I will show you with the functionality matrix when we have all of this pointed out. Also on iOS, we can configure some of the applications. So it means also that if we install, for example, Outlook, it can be automatically configured. So you do not have to input your email, your password. It can be shared. Password, not so much, but mostly email and some domain details. Logs, all the applications, all the agents, all the information that we can get from the device, location, UID. So as you can see, fully green. I installed everything and this device is ready. It can be also deployed as a kiosk mode, but in this case, I simply use some applications for office workers. This is the second case. So this is this one. This is the Android case, and when we use our launcher and kiosk configuration, I will show you based on empty configuration. So when you first, for example, receive a trial version, so you have a login and password, you will see empty configuration. And in this case, I will just show you how to change from one configuration to another. So it will be a fresh new device connected to empty policy. So you do not see anything other than the Essentials MDM applications called FAMOC still, but it will be changed in upcoming weeks. And you can access your device memory. I will change the group to office workers, so I will change the policy. So I already prepared different policy for this device, and it will be changed automatically after I change the policy. I need to refresh it as a send push to the device that it knows that it has some contact to the server. And after that, if I connect to, it should change automatically to new policy. So some of the applications will be installed. Some of the applications were already installed on the device. So if this is a native application, as you can see, it's already configured. I think it's too fast, but all the applications ready to office workers are in here. So even some kind of maps, phone, contacts, Okta Verify, that's, I think, environment from our office. And inside, you can use Bluetooth, torch, brightness. That's all in the settings. I will just show you in this case, but after that, I will show you how to change that on the console. So we go to console settings and edit this one. So this is the same configuration. As you can see, it's almost the same as on the device. Some kind of wallpaper, background transparency, header options, so you can disable, enable, you can add applications on a spot, basically. Custom bar, it means that, for example, if you press settings, you will see the options that are available in the last slide. And support, for example, you can call some number, you can put some information that are valuable for you, so for example, IMEIs or some kind of number or different custom feature. I will add also one application. I think that will be Cisco. Save it. So I will just change the policy, change the arrangement. For example, I want to use phone and contacts as a first one and Outlook as a fourth icon. Just need to save it. And in case of Cisco Secure, I need to install this application. It was not a part of the policy, so it means I go to applications and simply install Cisco and connect on this device. It's very easy. You can use the icons or action box, choose the device, next, and that's all. It was very fast. And if I open the remote access, as you can see, one more time, I think I also need to refresh the policy and open the remote access one more time. It's still active. So if you go to a remote session, after you connect it, you can still use it as a background. So it will be live. You can go back to it whenever you want. So that's our new feature that was released, I think, 2 weeks ago. So feel free to test it. If you need additional details, please contact Asta or me directly. We will help you with some configuration possibilities. I need to click it 2 times. Yeah. I think that's Kirsten part.
Yes.
I can change the slides or you can request. It's up to you.
Request. Then I should be able. Thanks a lot, Mikael. My name is Christer Jensen. I work as the product owner within and mobile endpoint security. I'm going to talk a little bit about the changing of the security landscape that we see. We see there's an increased number of threats coming in on the mobile surfaces. So what you as customers and partners actually need to consider. This is some numbers from the a yearly report from Verizon, which is called the Mobile Security Index. So these are numbers from both 2021 and 2022 as well. We see that in 2021, there were 29% of the iOS devices that were running an outdated version of the operating system. And also for the Android part, it was actually the number was pretty high, and 93% they were running outdated version of the OS of the operating system and not having all this latest security patches and such. And taking into consideration 2 other numbers here, that we see that both companies with a local presence and global presence, how many of those companies actually suffered from a compromise in the last 12 months. So those are pretty high numbers. So feel free to download the Verizon report. You can find it on their web page. And what we actually recommend when working with mobile devices is that you use technologies within the MDM or the platform together with Apple Business Manager and also Samsung ePhoto for applying patches and make sure that your devices are updated at all times. Because we see some of you might know of a threat called Pegasus, which has been in the media for the last few years, that actually it's possible to take over the phone without the user noticing and able to see the messages and see pictures and stuff like that, which has been fixed with the later OS patches and security fixes. So this is what we can offer with our managed services as part of our proactive services, either directly from us or through a local partner, and that we're able to help you with have routines in place for applying patches and OS updates as soon as they become available. And the next part is actually UMs and MDM platforms. Those serve the part of being able to administer device and have some of course some security settings, as already mentioned, with the disk encryption and stuff like that. But we also have additional security layer, which is coming more to the market right now, which is called mobile threat defense. So the question is, why do we need mobile threat defense, and do we need it at all? What Gartner says is that often many companies overlook the mobile devices. Oh, that was a bit too far. Just one step back. Yeah. Many companies overlook the mobile devices as assets when they're looking to the security part, meaning that they think about the security on the computers they have, and servers, but not so much on the mobile devices. And also those that have an MDM platform or an UM platform in place think that's enough to be secure on the mobile device. And as Gartner says, that's not the correct way of looking at that. Well, I said that the MDM platforms or the UM platforms does not include anti-malware control themselves. That's what Gartner says as well. But it's very important to use mobile threat solutions together with an MDM solution, because if a mobile device is posted as a high-risk device, and mobile threat defense solution is able to post the status of the device to the MDM platform, which is then being used for doing the necessary actions on the device. So if we look into what differs the MDM from the MTD, also the mobile threat defense, like we see with Essentials MDM, that's already been shown by Adam here, that we are able to do device management, we are able to add configuration with some predefined profiles and stuff. We're able to block access to resources, app inventory, push out apps and stuff like that. That's what the MDM solutions do. When we look at the mobile threat defense on the right side here, there are four main categories that's important that a mobile threat defense solution handles. That's the part of the operating system. I will dig a little bit more into details there soon as well. Also for malicious applications or malicious software development kit used in applications, stuff like that. Phishing is, of course, probably known for all of you, that we're able to get user credentials. So mobile threat defense solutions can help detect and prevent for that kind of attacks. And also network protection part with unsecure networks and unsecure Wi-Fi's and stuff like that. So if we dig into it a little bit more in technical details, if you have the operating system on the top left corner, we can see behavioral risks, we can see jailbreak root attempts on the devices, and of course out of date both OS and the configuration part. If we look at the application-based risks, there's of course malware. That's even though that both Google and Apple have their security measures when it comes to applications, some of them so it's sometimes slip applications that is not good for the users, that actually hunts data from the device and make the device unsecure. And also for the phishing part, not only protecting phishing links coming through corporate emails, but also from the private part of the device, that's SMS or is something in Facebook Messenger, or what else? Also, actually, when scanning QR codes, we're able to do phishing protection from them as well. We're able to detect if the QR codes leads us to an unsecure site. And also the fourth element here is a network-based risks. We can detect man-in-the-middle attacks. We can say certificate hijacking, SSL strip attacks, and also, of course, rogue networks, Wi-Fi networks and stuff like that, which we're able to detect and prevent from with a mobile threat defense solution. So as you can see, that's just additional layer of security that you all should consider, which is of course integrated with an MDM solution, like Essentials MDM gives an even better solution when looking at the complete picture here. Yeah, then I think back to you, John.
Yes, thank you, Christer. I will get request control. There, I got it. Thanks. Yeah, as you probably noticed, that we are really into mobility and live and dies for the mobility area. We're pretty large organizations as it is in the northern parts of Europe, and the concepts has been built up over many years, both within security and also for delivering efficiency to a lot of the end users. So working with us as a partner, working with Techstep as a partner, and you will get access to all our shops, to all our, so to say, Legos and Diplos and the bricks and the packages, and you can both do the bricks yourself, or you can get it with the needed assistance on the packages, and you can even go to Legoland, so to say, with a complete mobility outsourcing, and also partial parts of the delivery of the Legolands are also able to be delivered by the customers or with partners. So this is really flexible, and we got really a lot of customers and end users also into a lot of these setups. So all things done in the way we're building up the MDM or the security parts or some of the other components that you need in the mobility area is always documented and based upon checklists and SLAs. So you're absolutely sure that you got a trusted partner with Techstep. That's really important for us, and that's our sign-off in the contract with you as partners. So let's dive in and see if there are any questions. Feel free to ask. We may even open up completely if you want. That's up to you, Asta, to consider, and feel free.
Yes, so thank you for the interesting presentation. And now, as Jon said, let's start our Q&A session. You can send your questions in Q&A section, or if you wish, you could raise your hand and we will allow you to talk. So let's check what we got. As I see, we have one question. Can you tell more about splitting private part of the phone and business?
I think we can answer that on, but the question is on Android or iOS? This anonymous attendee. On Android, we are using the Workplace, so the official APIs from Apple, from Android. So we use Workplace. That means we can open containerization. Open containerization means that if you install FAMOC or Essentials MDM on in BYOD or WPC mode, all of the managed applications configurations will be inside the container. So there will be additional password for that, additional applications. So it will be a copy of the applications on the private part, which is encrypted and fully divided between the private part and business part. That's fully implemented. That's official. That was officially tested by Google. So it means that we are validated in that case. The same goes for Apple. So if you are using managed applications, we can do some restrictions that forbids you to contact any of the private data inside that containerization. So it means it's a little bit not visible for the end customers, but it's on the background, it's still working. So you can feel free to separate the private part on the business part. Defense and security services, yes, and we have some certificates we can share. but some of the defense and security services are cannot be shared. So we have integrations in Poland with the government and the special forces inside. The same goes for different countries. In Spain, in Hungary, but we cannot tell the exact names and the institutions. But yes, AL, I don't know, maybe someone from the group can share, but we got different certifications all around the world. And for example, in Hungary and in Poland, we are certified to be inside defense and security. Yes. Maybe Jon or Adam, do you know AAL plus certification?
As far as I know, no, we are not certified in that parts as it is, Adam.
We can share the answer after I will check it, but it's possible, but not right now. I cannot answer you that.
Okay. Thank you. One more question. Do my login and FAMOC server address change?
Depend on what version are you using. If you're using on-premise, it will not change, and the server will not change ever. All that might change is the branding, so the colors. You will see Techstep instead of FAMOC, and MDM Essentials instead of FAMOC as well. So that's the only thing that will change. And in the future, there will be changed in icon and the name of the FAMOC application. The same with the macOS and the iOS agent.
Thank you. And I see two more similar questions. So one would be, just to be sure that rebranding only affects the image and aspect, not the functionalities, right? And
Yes.
the second one, will there be a change in product functionality?
Functionality will increase, but each time. But right now, only branded functionality will be deployed, but only for our public cloud. So it will not affect any on-premise solutions. You will feel free to use that. How about privacy? Can my employee can see all my keystrokes and photos? Depend on in which deployment option will you add the device. If you got the device owner, which is the fully managed, so we can basically can check all of the possibilities on your device, keystrokes and photos, yes, or through, for example, remote access. But we can forbid you to use, for example, these features. So we can forbid you to use location if there is a specific country needs, or they cannot use some kind of recording or checking these messages. We can disable this function, this feature from the server side. Also, the admin can have limited rights, so they cannot install these additional agents which acquire this data. So data can be accessed, but we can limit some. We have some possibilities to limit that for specific organizations and admins.
I can add something. So it is what Michael said in fully managed approach. Yeah. So corporate device and fully controlled by the company. Yeah. But in terms of the BYOD option or work profile or on company on device, in those two cases, company has access only to the work profile part. Yeah. So the private pictures won't be moved to the company owned part.
To the containerization part, yes. And we all encourage you to request for our trial version through ASTA. We will share with you what we have done with the current version. You can test the COSU mode, for example, if you have the specific need to lock the device, so, or you are using some kind of Apple devices. So that's really up to you. I don't know in
yes,
Latvia,
and you should see our email in the chat. So just contact us if you would like to get to know more. And I see we do not have any more questions. So, well, I would like to thank our presenters. We hope that this webinar was really helpful. And have a good rest of the day, and hope to see you in our other webinars. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.